Hello, it is Wednesday, May 16th, 2012 at 11:11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And I want to talk to you about something that happened to me yesterday. I went to a county meeting because I have frequencies in my house and I've had them for quite some time now, and I thought I probably needed to become familiar with the city and county government, and besides that, the Lord wanted to go. So I went to the meeting, and I just thought I would observe, and it turned out that they were having a hog confinement meeting and the room filled up with people, which was really interesting. But then once that was over, they all left, and there was just one other matter, and I stayed, and I was the only person in the audience other than the newspaper man. And when I got home later, when I looked at the radar, there is a thing that came over where I live, right over it, exactly the time when I was in the audience by myself. Let me show you here. You can see it coming around here. This is May 15th, 2012 at 1645 UTC. And I live right here, and I don't know if you can see it here, but there's a line here. They've got like two satellite images overlapping, so it obscures to some degree some of what's happening below it. There's another line that happens over here. I'm not sure if you can see it, but we'll try to look at that later. But let's zoom in here and I'll show you. See right here, you can clearly see the ring coming up and over. And I'm on College of DuPage. I'll put links below the video so that you can access these sites. But see, you've got a black line and you've got a white line. Now, a lot of people naysay these, and they say, oh yeah, that's just something that the satellite does. But again and again, I find they end up in strategic places. Let me turn on the counties. This is a long county in Iowa, and I lived in the one right next to it, right here. And so you can see clearly. Let's see if I can zoom in any further. That light part of that area is right here. So it landed, right over me during the time. The meeting started at 14:30 UTC, 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. And they talked about the hog confinement from about 10:15 to 11:30, which is 15:15 to 16:30 UTC. And this ring happened at 16:45, and I left the meeting at 1700, which is noon. And what's really interesting is after that other matter finished, which was about mental health, which is kind of interesting, but there was a time that they were just chatting. So it was just me and the council and the newspaper man. And the chairperson, the chairwoman, she got up and turned the air conditioner off because she said it was cold. And another gentleman left the room with his phone, talking on his phone during that period. So it was only about a 15-minute period that they were sitting there chatting. So, and then the whole day we had tons and tons of chemtrailing here, and the frequencies in my house were really, really bad. So, to me, this is a direct. Here you can see the turn the counties off, turn it back on here. Well, off, then I want to show you this X. See this X right here, and here's a big X right here, so you can clearly see the chemtrailing going on. And again, I'm next to this long county, so I'm like about in here. Maybe up here a little more. Well, right about there. And then also, see where the cursor is. Look at this weird cloud, scalar type cloud, directed, pointed right at that same area. And you can see the chemtrail has been going on. Well, you can't tell that for sure, but there's even more in here. Let's see if I can zoom in. You can see it better. Because here's an X here also. An X here, an X here, and we got X's starting today too, this morning. And I didn't do the video yesterday because I just didn't really feel that good. And then another thing is in these public buildings, they have these fluorescent lights, which are horrible. They also have them in all the schools. I cannot understand how kids can learn under those conditions. They're horrible. And there's something about the gases in them and these waves that come forth, the electromagnetic waves and scalar waves, and they interact with the gases somehow. And I don't have that all figured out yet. But here you can see it's 1631, and then for some reason the big frequency thing at 1645 does not show up on this image. And this is still College of DuPage. It's just under the 1 km products, so it's a a close-up of each state that you can look at. I'm going to go ahead and let this play through. Let me slow it down a little bit. And you can see that that scalar type wave kind of comes in and comes out. I'm going to go into more detail and, you know, kind of ad nauseum probably, just because I want to show you the other things I found connected to that. And then I'm going to show you the big loop here. Turn the counties off. So anyway, I've got some interruptions happening here, so I'll make another video showing you all the details, showing you the HAARP magnetometer and some of the other close-ups of the radar. So this will just be part 1.